Hi there, welcome to a new video. I'm Caterina and I'm an Italian living in Slovakia. One of the first things I did when I arrived here was to learn the most basic words and phrases. I know it can be very challenging for a foreigner to learn such a difficult language, and that's why I decided to make this video and teach you the most basic 25 Slovak words and phrases. I really hope this will help, so without further ado, let's go into it. So the first phrase is Dobrý deň. Dobrý deň literally translates into English into good day and is the more formal way compared to hello. So when you are entering into a shop, a restaurant, when you are meeting someone that is not your friend, your neighbor for example, you can say Dobrý deň. If you meet the same person in the evening, instead of saying Dobrý deň, you will say Dobrý večer. Dobrý večer, good evening. If you're meeting your friend or your colleague in the office, you will simply say ahoj, ahoj, that is hello, so it's the informal greeting. I know that Slovaks also use the plural form ahojte when they say hello to more people. However, in one of my previous videos, some people commented that grammatically it's not correct, that it's not a real word. So on the one side it's very much used, I almost hear it on a daily basis, but at the same time, it's not a, let's say, a real word, a grammatically correct one. The fourth word is do widzenia, that is goodbye. You will say it, for example, when you go out from a restaurant, from a shop. When it comes to the people that you know, to your colleague, to your friends, very often I hear that they also simply say again ahoy, also when they are leaving. Word number 5 is dobre. Dobre. You'll hear this word very often. It means well, fine, and they simply use it to say all right. Dobre. The phrase number 6 is ako sa voláš. Ako sa voláš, and it means what's your name. So you might be asked this question, and it's very important for you to know it and to understand it. Now, if someone says, or if you will say ako sa voláš, you will use the informal form, while if you ask it to someone that you don't know personally, if you want to use the formal way, you will say ako sa voláte. Ako sa voláte. It means the same, what's your name, but it's the formal version of it. When you answer to this question, you will say volám sa and your name. So if someone asks me ako sa voláš, I will reply volám sa Caterina. The next word is prosím. Prosím. It's please or you're welcome. Word number 11 is ďakujem. Ďakujem. It means thank you. So this word is a bit challenging for many foreigners because of the initial sound. I myself might not say it very well. It's ďakujem, but you can look for other videos as well pronounced by native speakers and you will hear how they pronounce it. I train myself a lot to say this word, but I don't think it always sounds perfect. The next phrase is ako sa máš. Ako sa máš. How are you? Also in this case, the final máš means that it's informal. So you will say ako sa máš to a friend, for example. If you want to use the formal version, it will be ako sa máte. Ako sa máte. So again, it means the same. How are you? But in the formal version. Two possible ways to reply to ako sa máte are mám sa dobre, I'm good, I'm all right, and mám sa zle, I'm not good. Before moving on to the next sentences, if you are wondering why should I learn such words, such basic phrases, it will not help me anyway, it will not be useful. Well, I think it will actually help you a little bit. I know it doesn't make you exactly fluent in Slovak and that you will not be able to talk very much, but it's the basics on which you can learn and build more. Also, Slovak people will greatly appreciate your efforts, even if you learn such basic phrases. So the next phrase is prečo, prečo, and it means why. And the answer to it is pretože, pretože, and it means because. So remember that you have one version for the question, prečo, and another version for the answer, pretože. And I tell you to remember that because while in English you also have two different words, why, and because. In some other languages, like for example Italian, we only have one word for both, is perché. So if you come from one of those languages, you might easily get confused and just use the same for both, while it's not the same. Phrase number 18 is Koľko máš rokov? Koľko máš rokov? How old are you? This also has a formal version and is Koľko máte rokov? Koľko máte rokov? And the answer will be mám, etc., etc., rokov. To say where are you from, you will say odkiaľ si, odkiaľ si. And if you want to use the formal version, you will say odkiaľ ste. And the answer will be som, z, and the country. Next phrase, if you want to ask how much is it, in Slovak you will say koľko to stojí. Koľko to stojí. Word number 23 is prepáčte. Prepáčte. And it simply means excuse me. If you by mistake touch someone in the supermarket, you can say prepáčte. Or maybe even if you want to ask for information, you can start by prepáčte and the question afterwards. Now, two very important words and phrases that you can use are the last two. I hope you will not have to use them that much, but I think that at least a little bit they will be needed. And they are nehovorím po slovensky. Nehovorím po slovensky. I don't speak Slovak. And the last one is nerozumiem. Nerozumiem. I don't understand. You could even use prepáčte, nehovorím po slovensky. Sorry, excuse me, I don't speak in Slovak. Alright, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. Don't give up if you move to Slovakia and start learning the language. I know it can be challenging, but it will be so worth it to learn at least a little bit of this language. Remember to leave a like to this video if you liked it, if you found it useful, to subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!